Alright, so it's time for the video for the strawberry towers. This is like a little DIY strawberry tower deal that, I don't know, like ever seen, I can't remember the name of them, like the grow sticks or garden sticks or whatever. So, I've seen videos for them on the internet, and I'm kind of going for something like that. Just an experiment. One thing I noticed about them, and I don't know, it's just because maybe it's easier to drill holes straight across, but they have one hole here usually and one hole there, and one hole here, one hole on the back side. And if you think about the root mass of a plant, this one's going to be right here, this one's going to be right here, so on and so forth. So the root masses are stacked. So I think this is a much better design than having a plant coming out each side. So that's what I'm doing. I kind of just have them running at an angle all the way down, or I guess, every 3 inches. Starting at the top, 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, so on and so forth. So that's my idea. Let's see how it works. I just dug up a bunch of these strawberries out of my other strawberry bed that I covered up with a raised bed. I dug like 60 or 70 plants out, so this is what I decided to do with them. Anyway, I already did this one ahead of time just to kind of figure out how it works. It's trickier loading the dirt than I expected. There's a little trick to it, so I'm gonna make like a little how-to video of my project, and I have 1, 2, 3 more to do, so we'll try to get some of those in there. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some straight lines down all 4 sides of these. I'm just using my level for it to kind of rough out, where the holes are gonna go. This is really rough. It's not that big of a deal, but it is easier to follow lines. Probably shouldn't talk with a cap in my mouth. So, alright, we got that. So next I'm going to measure down every 3 inches and get the holes done or marked. So what I did in this other one is I marked 12 inches first, because it made it easier that way. You fucker. Go down 3 inches here. You know, if you were to do this, I'd recommend using a spade bit. This just happens to be the biggest bit that I have. This is 1.25 inches. If you got 1.25 inch spade bit, I only have sets up to 1 inch for those, and I figured the 1.25 inch is a better size for this. This is what I had. Now, this is just some kind of irrigation pipe I found over at Home Depot. I think it was like $7 a piece. I don't even really know what it's for. I'm sure it's some sort of industrial irrigation pipe. It's a lot easier to drill into than PVC of this gauge, plus it's a lot cheaper. I think a pipe, you know, this, by the way, these were in 10-foot sections. I cut them in half, so I got 2 of them, and I made them 5 feet high. You know, if you got some PVC, you know, I think they're like $20 a pipe, and this is 4-inch pipe. They had 6-inch in the PVC, which is what I wanted, but it was a lot of money, and the largest size they had in this pipe was 4. They may make it bigger than this, but that's what they have is 4. So that's what I'm using, and I'm just growing strawberries in it, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Anyway, I think that's good for now. And make sure that you don't do this in your beds when you're doing this, because you're gonna get plastic all up in your beds, and now you gotta go pick it out. So, yeah. Now I just to clean these up, because you know, it doesn't really cut that good with that bit. So I'm just gonna clean up these holes a little bit. And I'm just using a little drywall saw. I guess like a knife would work, or whatever you got. This is just what I grabbed. Alright, it's getting kind of late in the day, so the light's not that good right now, but I'll do the best I can. I think it should still look pretty good. I'm going to film the dirt part, because this is actually the trickiest part that I found. The rest of it was really easy, just measuring and cut some holes. You know, it wasn't a big deal. So I just want to come over this real quick. The trick was like this thing fills up way quicker than you think, and you'll pass your holes. Missed that one. You'll pass your holes before you know it. I mean, the dirt will come up, and it'll come up, and it'll come up, and it'll come up, and before you know it, you're like right here. And that one I had to empty it out, start over again, because I filled it higher and I couldn't get the strawberries in. Because you kind of need to be at the level of the hole for really it to work. And then for you don't really want to just have it, you know, that loose in there, so I was kind of packing it down with this shovel handle. Not quite there yet. Now I'm just making a mess, and I'll clean it up later. But here's your saw. So, like, we're already there, right there. I'm gonna put a little more, and that was like a few handfuls in my bed. So I just want to kind of point that out. That it does happen really fast. We should be able to get this kind of packed down a little bit. Not crazy, super ultra packed, but I do want to kind of, just because when you start watering it, it's going to pack on its own anyway. So it's best to kind of get it semi-packed. So it's at this, oh, there's another one there, damn it. See, I made a mistake that quick. Maybe we can stick one in there. correct my mistake here. It's still not really going to be that good. You really want to do this, you know, one plant at a time. Put a couple handfuls in, do another plant, because I mean it really it helps a lot to just do this as they're there. I don't know if this one's going to be okay or not, but we're going to go ahead, and I don't want to overfill it, or I don't want to fill it again. Just a little bit more in here. It's probably enough. And I'm just grabbing these strawberry plants. I just threw them in a bucket. It's probably too close to the camera. You got there. I'm just gonna pull these leaves off because old leaves don't really do that well. They get kind of dried out and nasty. So I just pull all those off. I pull these runners off, old runners. And these were just out of my strawberry bed. I literally had probably, I don't know, like 90 plants or something. There was a ton of them. And I'm just stuffing them in the hole here because this soil is at this level right here. That's why I'm doing this one plant at a time, then filling it a little bit and then doing a little more. You don't want to really have it too far, and you want to just kind of have the root and then part of it about half the crown. If you don't know what strawberry crowns are, look it up on the internet. Kind of sticking out because crowns shouldn't, they should be kind of dry. If they're all the way, like if you stuck this in the leaves and all that, it'll probably rot out and die. So I'm going to take that, and all I'm really doing is putting, let's see, one handful is pretty much all it's going to take. Let's do a little, like 1.5 here, and I'm going to pack it down with a shovel to go to the next hole. Alright, and we got the next plant. Alright, another 1 or 2 handfuls. And these are only 3 inches apart here, so you don't have to get real crazy with it. 1.5 is about what it's taking. Alright, you get the idea. Alright, I finally finished my strawberry / other plants tower because I ran out of strawberries. I thought I had like 90 of them. I turned out to only had like 78 of them. Again, I didn't really count them. I just pulled them out of the ground and threw them in a bucket with some dirt. But I mean, they should sprout okay. Some of them are just little, you know, that one's alright, but some are just little nubs. And I've seen these pop up before. Also, I did some lettuce because I had a bunch of it over there that I haven't. I'll get to these hoop house. I'll do a video on making these too because I still got to finish that one over there. But yeah, the lettuce, I just went ahead and put some in here. I went ahead and I just fed it through these holes because it was too hard to try to get the root. You couldn't get the root through the 1.25-inch hole, so it was real tricky. And to be honest, I'm expecting them to die from it because it was kind of tough on the root system trying to get them in there. So if they don't make it, that's cool because I had a bunch of them and I didn't really know what I was going to do with them anyway. I was going to just do a salad mix with them. If they make it, that's fine. Anyway, so yeah, I just want to show a video of the completed deal. The rest of the that's not 76 right there. That's, I think it was 45 or something or rather. And then the rest of my planted in the top of the wall that I finished a couple weeks back. Went ahead and just planted one in each one of the little, you know, squares in the wall here. And I think there is 29 holes in this wall. So that's where those went. I went ahead and transplanted some raspberries that I pulled out when I ripped out all those railroad ties back there. because this was a step bed. There was a level here, there was a level down here, and I tore out all the railroad ties because, you know, I don't know who the hell decided to grow in railroad ties, but that's just something somebody did. And I threw away a lot of the soil that was around it, but I'm sure, I mean, it's been, I mean, since the 80s those things were put in, so I don't know. I went ahead and just put some good soil in. This is the Hageman compost mixed with some rock dust, and I went ahead and planted these transplants of raspberries and kind of spread them around. And they should pop up soon, because when I was putting them in I could see all the little leaves kind of coming up, so they should come up good. Haven't put anything in these yet. Got some, what are these, radish sprouts, got a bajillion of them coming up in my blueberry bed. I'm pretty sure this little blueberry guy is dead. He's like crispy. I don't know, maybe his roots are still alive. I don't know. I put this one in the other day. I don't know if you can even see him on the background, but he's right there. He's just a little Walmart blueberry. I was trying to fill the space in a little bit because this thing was great last year, but it seems really crispy now, and the buds are like dry. I don't know if it made it through the winter. So we'll see. I'm just going to let it sit for a bit and see if anything comes up, you know, or I might just tear it out, and I think I might be done with blueberries because I can't seem to do well with them. I mean, this, you know, the acidity is perfect on it. Nutrients are there. It's got peat moss. It's just, I don't know. I'm not a very good blueberry grower. That's the only plant I've ever had problems with. This bed, like I said, I barely have gotten these soaked in. I still got to get more compost for them because I ran out. I'm going to get a couple more yards of compost. So yeah, that's just a quick update of the strawberry project. So thank you.